Andrew and I are in the Bob Marshall Wilderness in Montana. We're doing a 127-mile trip. It's going to be backpacking and pack rafting. We stayed the night last night at Lodgepole Trailhead on the south side of the Bob Marshall. Our first leg is we're hiking 17 miles up and over down to Young's Creek, and then we're gonna put our pack rafts in there and boat down that and the South Fork of the Flathead for something like 50 miles. And then we're gonna take out at Spotted Bear and hike east and up and over 24 miles down into the Middle Fork Flathead drainage. And then we're gonna boat again 27 miles down the Middle Fork through some harder whitewater down to our car. And we think it's gonna take us about 8 days. So we've got 8 days of food. We've got pack rafts and very heavy packs. Andrew, do you remember, was yours 51?
Yep, 51 pounds for me.
51 pounds. Mine's 46. I'm chancing it and not bringing a dry suit. I think both of us are really looking forward to getting up and over this pass so we can see down into the Bob Marshall. We're officially in the Bob Marshall Wilderness right now. Okay, now we're officially in the Bob Marshall Wilderness. What Andrew was just getting a picture of was our first big bear print that we saw. So we're continuing to make progress. It is getting hotter, probably 75 or 80 now, and this whole valley has no shade. It's a burn area, and so we're just trying to kind of put our heads down and get through it. Feels good. I'm thinking about just dunking myself. But there's this really cool thing down there. You wanna? I think I'm gonna go down there, like look at it.
Yeah, let's go.
It's pretty cool. Trail is flirting with Young's Creek and going back and forth across it, and there seems to be more and more water in it. We can't boat yet, but we're getting close to where there's going to be enough water in it to start paddling. I gotta take a look at the map and see how much further we want to go. The Young's put in will either be here or here. All right, we're at Young's Creek again, and this looks very boatable. It may be slower than hiking, but it's going to be a lot more fun. We're getting ready to start down Young's Creek. Super excited. All right.
Oh yeah. It's comfy, man.
You like it?
I'm on a cloud.
We might want to pull up on this beach. I don't think there's a way through without getting out. Yeah.
Look at this landscape, man. Wow.
Yeah, floating today was a good idea.
Yeah, man.
So I do know that's Gordon Mountain up there, so we can kind of figure out where we are based on a bearing to it, as long as it stays visible. Well, Young's is fun.
Yeah?
I'm a big fan. If we can wade, we can do the PCT hang on that thing. It's getting late. The sun just went down behind the mountain. So we found a campsite at this nice pretty little meadow here, but there are a ton of mosquitoes. So we're gonna have to deal with that tonight. That's bright. You good to go?
I'm ready to go.
Okay. And we're off. Day 2. Oh, this place is so cool. Yeah, that looks like we got to take out. Are we around it yet?
I think we're there.
Okay, we've been paddling for like 2 hours. It's been nice and easy. We've just been going with the flow, like 2 miles an hour or something. And I think we're approaching the gorge right now because we're coming in close to this cliff face. Let's eddy out here. Okay, we just scouted the first rapid in the gorge. It's a little class 3. There's like a main line down the center with kind of an awkward tongue with an awkward hole at the bottom. And there's some routes through it, but they're like as wide as Packraft, so we're gonna try to sneak down river left. Shit. That's not what I wanted. Well, the spray skirt held. Much nicer than my line. I've lost a lot of air.
Oh, yeah.
I think I have a leak. Or stop. So I tore a little slice in my boat up there. We found it. We just threw a piece of tape over it. Hopefully that'll keep it good enough for the rest of the trip. But it's in the front of the boat, which is going to be awkward to access through the zipper. I need to get to the inside. We do a more permanent repair. So hopefully the tie bend holds. Oh. It's super remote out here, and these rivers will be completely new to Andrew and me, so we're just going to boat pretty conservatively. No use taking more risk than we need to. may have hit an eddy. River right. See what that's down there. This is fun. I like this level.
I like this.
Yeah. Beautiful. This is so cool. So we made it through the canyon. There's a few class 3s in there at this water level. We did quite a bit of boat scouting, and we shore scouted like 2 or 3 or 4 rapids. We didn't have to portage anything, so that's cool. Young's above the gorge is real serene and pretty. Below the gorge, it's got some little 2- riffles. And we are approaching Danaher, I believe.
This is the confluence of the Danaher and Young's Creek. And now we are on the South Fork of the Flathead.
Andrew and I decided that we're not going to use any GPS this whole trip, just map and compass. That'll make the wilderness feel a lot bigger and make things a bit more interesting, we think. This is Big Prairie Ranger Station. Yeah, that's a sweet backdrop. So we just ran into a ranger here at Big Prairie, and she told us that all the trail crews use manual tools. There's one of the tool sheds. A lot of really splashy 2- stuff after Big Prairie. Does that look like it's, I don't know, like 800 or 1,000 feet tall, somewhere in that vicinity? I think that's Rampart Mountain.
Well, these clouds almost have me thinking I should call a weather report.
Yeah, we're supposed to have incoming thunderstorms. Overnight low tonight, 41. At 1 a.m., 30% chance of storms. Then again at 4, 5, 6 a.m., 8, 9, 10, noon, 2 and 4 p.m., 60%, 50% chance of storms.
Of storms?
Yes.
Okay.
Possibly even snow because the overnight low tomorrow is 33. So the weather's going to turn against us. Probably like 12 days of food up there. It's morning, day 3. We're gonna get back on the water, and our goal today is to do at least 25 miles on the South Fork, and then that'll bring us to the Meadow Creek Gorge portage, and then I don't know, we may camp there, or we may actually do the portage and then camp at the end. We're at the mouth of the White River right now. It channelizes here. It keeps clearing up and then raining some. This is Black Bear Ranger Station. That's like 1 p.m. So we're cruising down the river. I think we have like 8 miles left to go of our 25. We are gonna take a little break, dry off, get warm. It's actually getting pretty cold on the river, for me at least, since I don't have a dry suit. Maybe do some squats, try to warm up.
Got James here. He's currently marooned, but gonna get him back up to speed real quick. And then I am chilling on the beach. Got my toes in the sand, eating my cold rice. Really nice setup here. Oh yeah.
So, some more stuff happened. The repair that I made yesterday blew out, and I was in the middle of the river and my boat started deflating, and I was able to make it to shore real quick. So we put some UV Cure Aqua Seal on it, got back on the river, and then within 2 minutes that repair blew out. I tried to repair it again with Tyvek, but it's pouring rain and I can't get anything to stick to the boat. We were like 8/10 of a mile from Meadow Creek Takeout, where we were actually going. So through a great deal of bother, we transitioned and worked our way 200 feet over to the trail, but it was also 200 or 300 feet of vertical gain off trail, which was heinous. So that took us like an hour to scout a route up there and to actually get all of our stuff up. We hiked to Meadow Creek Takeout. Andrew is headed down there to grab us some water, and then we're gonna hike on a little ways and find a campsite somewhere along the trail for the night. He's looking right at us. There he goes. We had a hard time finding a campsite last night, so we ended up hiking further than we wanted to. We need to make our way down this little creek so we can rejoin the South Fork after the Class 5 gorge. Also, congratulations to the new happy couple. Yeah, we passed through the airstrip last night just after their wedding, and the bride gave us huge pieces of wedding cake they had left over. That was awesome. Anyway, we're both really tired from the last 3 days, so today's going to be a short day so we can get some rest tonight. In the tape? Oh, yeah. So we took off the river. The lowest part of the South Fork that we paddled was actually probably the coolest. It's outside of the wilderness area, but it's got a lot of really cool dramatic canyons, overhangs and stuff. It was really beautiful. I am sitting in a backless rocking chair. I don't know, maybe it's made for people with backpacks. Under the Forest Service cabin, Spotted Bear Ranger Station cabin overhang here. So out of the rain. Of course it's raining. And we're gonna get ready to go on the next segment of the trip, which is a 24-mile hike. Here's my food. We're both super tired, and the view from this meadow is just too good to pass up, so we're gonna stop here for the night. The best hiking is cold mornings through soaking brush. You should wear your dry suit. Hey, bear! So far we haven't seen one. I'd really like to not see one in this environment. There's Andrew crossing with his moose legs. This is just a chug day. Chugging on. So we are going on this road and then off trail over that pass in the center. I'm calling it Gunsight Pass. The reason it's called Gunsight because that over there on the right is Gunsight Rock. You can kind of see why. This is the off-trail section and the easier part of it. All right, we don't have that much further. Yeah, more bear prints. Ooh, that is a foggy lens. My phone is full of moisture from boating. We came down from the pass. We're back on trail, done with all the elevation gain for our trip. And some bear tracks around here too. That is the first sunlight we've seen in days, I think. We are super excited. Down that way is Schaefer Creek, Schaefer Meadows. Schaefer airstrip. That's our put in. You kind of see that big mountain in the background as the backstop for it. So we're headed down to just in front of that. It's like 9 miles or so. The sun is out. On the other side of the valley. All right, it's morning, day 6. It rained all night on us last night. It was also very cold. It was snowing while we came over the pass, and it got colder at night, so I'm guessing it was around freezing. And then, of course, this morning, it's raining too. So, it's been probably the wettest trip I've ever done. We've got a 7-mile hike. We're headed down to Schaefer and gonna put in and raft some on the Middle Fork today. There is an airstrip back there. I didn't just film 2 crashes. We're on the Middle Fork. What is this, day 6? The only reason I know is because I wrote day numbers on my food bags.
Yeah, that's nice.
The Middle Fork Flathead has 2 different sections that are class 4 at our water level. We don't want to get pulled into a canyon that we might not be able to get out of, so navigating without any GPS adds a little bit of pressure to this. I feel like we'll probably be able to paddle 3.5, do the transition, hike the 4, and then we'll probably just be done. So it'll be like 7 or something.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to get on a unknown river late in the evening.
I agree. I think that's a good move. We can find a really good campsite.
Yeah. And hopefully there'll still be some friggin' sun. We can dry some shit.
That would be really good, yeah.
There's gonna be an easy bear hanging option nearby. One of these is Union Mountain, but I don't know which one. It's important to know
For when we need to
for
get off.
navigational purposes. We're just gonna count turns.
Yeah.
This is gonna be our takeout point. Of course, the trail doesn't come right down to the river, right where we need to pick it up, so we're gonna have to bushwhack a bit. All right, we've took out of the middle fork, and we're back in hiking mode. And we've got like 3.5 miles or something to portage around this 3 forks section of rapids that we're not going to try doing at this water level. Yeah, I think there might be better camping on the other side. Morning, day 7. We are camped just off the middle fork, and it's like 7:30 a.m. We're getting up early. We can go ahead and hit the water today. Well, we got our first swim out of the way. Thank you.
How you feeling after that flip?
Not as cold as I thought I would be.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
I thought it'd be a lot colder. I thought there was like a pillow against that rock and it would push me, and it did not push me at all. The rock got me. This is a beautiful river. Whoa, awesome. Wow. Now I wish we had like 4 days to do this river. This is so cool.
So it's recording.
Yep. We got the cabin.
Okay. Ah. Yeah, I was waiting for it.
We've got like 2.5 miles, and then it's supposed to be 2 classical rapids.
Oh, okay. wanna hop out river right?
So we're at the Class 4 rapid that is just preceding 25 Mile Creek. We got out and scouted it, and at this water level it is Class 4, so we're going to go ahead and portage. It's pretty easy to portage this one. Now we're going to paddle down to the next one and we'll see what we think about that. I doubt we can scout it on the left, so we won't even go on the right.
Yeah, right side, yeah.
So we're right above the micro gorge. It's just below 25 Mile Creek. It's kind of marked as a Class 4, but at this water level, it looks like more like a Class 3, and there's just like an entrance and then one move that you got to make, and the actual gorge part is pretty easy. So we're gonna run it. I think it's just important not to mess up above the gorge. Pretty. You rode the Lightning. Yeah, it's a long one. was fun. I love rapids like that where you can just choose your own adventure, eddy out, do whatever you want. Today was one of the best paddling days I've ever had. A new river with a great partner. We worked together well, we stayed safe, and we both had a blast just being able to spend all day on the river. I'm already planning on coming back to paddle this river again, but next time I'll probably want an extra day and some Class 4 skills. So it's our final day. We just have a few miles left to go before we get back to our rental van. We camped last night just before the Spruce Park Rapids. This morning we made our way across the river over to the trail. We're going to hike for about 3 miles and then put back on the Middle Fork for the final 3-mile paddle. It's tough knowing how close we are to leaving this place. Andrew and I are both feeling pretty stoked that we've been able to stick to our planned route. It's been really wet, sometimes cold like we expected. We've had quite a few different unexpected equipment repairs that we've needed to make. We probably stopped 10 or 15 times to repair gear, and my repair kit's almost completely gone, so I'm grateful Andrew packed enough to help me out a couple times. This route is a great way to see the Bob Marshall Wilderness. We were able to cover 130 miles across almost the entire wilderness area in just 8 days. And we only had to carry our packs for like 40% of it. Well, I don't see any more mountains around the corner. That's the parking lot. I guess we had to get here eventually. Ah, shit! This is a good example of a trip where carrying packrafting gear actually can make your backpack lighter weight than if you were just hiking the same route. Boating is way more fun than hiking. not want to see this parking lot. This is so cool. Woo! Woo! Woohoo! Woo! 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 Wow. Woo! 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 Whoa! Awesome.